Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be covering some of the announcements that happened yesterday. There were the Eisners were awarded yesterday, and I'll be going over some of the highlights of the show. I'll also put a link to the article from Bleeding Cool where I got all this information, where you can go look at all the nominees and the winners. So let's talk about the Eisners. Now, if you don't know what the Eisners are, the equivalent of like the Oscars or the Grammys or the Emmys for the comic industry. So the award for that stuff goes to a lot of these creative teams. So let's start with best continuing series, which we had a tie. I didn't even know there could be ties. Now the Eisners are normally voted on by a group of creators, media, or retailers. Like it's a big pot of people that make up this voting committee. You can sign up. If you have enough credentials, you can be an Eisner voter. So, best continuing series, we have first of all both Bitterroot by David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green from Image Comics, and Something is Killing the Children by James Tynion IV and Werther Dellera from Boom Studios. Both of these series are amazing, and I can't believe that we are so far deep into these series. It is incredible. I definitely recommend you go check this out. Some of the other stuff that was nominated: Department of Truth by James Tynion and Martin Simmons, Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing, Joe Bennett, Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. So I think you should go check some of those series out, even if they didn't get the last vote. Next up, for best limited series, we have The Good Asian by Pornsak Pishot and Alexander Tefenki. Apologize for those names that I was not able to pronounce. Lee Loridge on colors as well. Image from Image Books. Uh, yeah, I haven't gotten around to the series, but now it's definitely going to be moving up to the top of my to read pile. So follow me along on the socials so you know what I think about this. Um, some of the stuff that was nominated in this category was Better Ray Bill, Agent Star by Daniel Warren Johnson. For Marvel, Hocus Pocus by Rick Worth and Jordan Culliver. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr by Ram V and Felipe Andrade. That was one of my favorite comics from 2021. Stray Dogs by Tony Fleeks and Trish Fostner from Image. And Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bilkis Evely. And yes, those are all great. So really cool stuff. Cool. Next up, we have The Nice House on the Lake by James Tynion, winning Best New Series with art by Alvaro Martinez Bueno from the DC Black Label. Yeah, this book has been phenomenal. I am reading these as volumes, and I read volume one, and it is mind-blowingly scary. So make sure to go check that out. It's such an interesting premise, such an interesting book, and Bueno just really captures the horror that you really want in a book like this. Some of the other things nominated was The Human Target by Tom King and Greg Smallwood, which is also amazing. Not All Robots by Mark Russell and Mike Deodato Jr. We have a review for that in the channel. Really cool stuff. Radiant Black by Kyle Higgins and Marcelo Costa from Image. And Ultra Mega by James Herron, which I did a preview for when the volume came out. All good stuff. All good stuff. There are no losers here because we will keep on reading and making more comics, respectively. So next up, we have the best single issue one shot, which must be able to read standalone. The winner is Wonder Woman Historia: The Amazons by Kelly Sue DeConnick and Philip Jimenez. Phil Jimenez from DC Comics. Let me tell you, I just saw Phil Jimenez at Fan Expo Dallas, and I am so happy. He's such a fun creator. Kelly Sue DeConnick is an amazing writer. This was a great collaboration, and I'm very excited for this. So yeah, make sure to go check this out. Make sure to read this series. Issue 3, which is the last book in this series, comes out pretty soon, so we'll be covering it in the channel. Some of the other things in this category: Marvel's Voices Identity #1, edited by Darren Shan with many creators. Mouse Guard, The Owen Caregiver, and Other Tales by David Peterson from Boom Arcadia. Nightwing 87, Get Grayson by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. This was the continuous shot issue, so you guys can go back and take a look at our review on the channel. And then Woven Daughter by Bear from Quindry Press. That one I'm not familiar with, but it'll definitely get added to the to read pile. Cool, cool. Let's keep things moving here. Next we have Best Painter, Multimedia Artist, Interior Art. The winner, Sana Takeda from Monstrous Image Comics. I mean, Monstrous has been unstoppable. Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda are doing some really, really cool stuff. And as you can see from this cover, I mean, beautiful, beautiful work. Some of the other stuff nominated Federico Bertolucci, or some of the other people nominated Federico Bertolucci for Brindle, Love, Mastiff, Magnetic, John Bolton, but Hell's Flaw from Renegade Arts Entertainment, Juan Cavia by Ballad of Sophie from Top Shelf, and Frank Pei, Little Nemo from Magnetic. Lastly, Ileana Surdukan, The Lost Sunday. Those are I don't know a lot of these titles, but I do like that they have that the artist is painted on as opposed to just the traditional media. I love when artists explore different ways to tell the story. Next up, we have best coloring. The winner being Matt Wilson. As you can see here, some of the things that Matt has worked on: Undiscovered Country from Image, Eternals from Marvel, and then Jonah and the Impossible Monsters from Oni Press. Really, really cool stuff. Like, yeah, Matt Wilson, super talented. As you can see, when I do my reviews, you guys will hear that name a lot because Matt worked on a lot of the books that we cover in the channel. We also have some other nominees: Felipe Andrade and Inez Amaro for The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, Terry Dotson for Adventureman, Kay O'Neill for the Tea Dragon Tapestry, and Jacob Phillips for Destroy All Monsters, Friend of the Devil from Image Comics. Yes, Jacob Phillips, amazing, amazing. Next, we have Best Penciler / Inker or Penciler Inker Team. The winner being Phil Jimenez for his work on Wonder Woman Historia of the Amazons. I mean, I found it was hard to pick a page to show you guys on the preview here, but come on, if you have not read Wonder Woman Historia, you need to go find this book. You need to go find this book. It is something, I don't know. It'll be one of the comics that kind of redefines this year. I can tell you that. Some of the other nominees in this category: Felipe Andrade for the Many Deaths of Layla Starr, Bruno Redondo on Nightwing, Izad Ribic for Eternals, and P. Craig Russell for Norse Mythology from Dark Horse Comics. Wow, wow, wow. Really, really cool stuff. Let's see. Next up, we have uh, Best Cover Artist. Oh, spoilers. Okay, next up we have Best Cover Artist, Jen Bartel here. She's done a lot. I mean, she does a lot of work. Future State, Immortal Wonder Woman 1 and 2, Wonder Woman Black, White, and Gold. And I just kind of picked some of the variants that I was familiar with. I love the variant she's doing for She-Hulk, or the cover art that she's doing for She-Hulk. It's not just variants. But yeah, next, we have some other nominees though. Make sure to go follow and pick up some of these covers. We have David Mack from Norse Mythology from Dark Horse, Bruno Redondo for Nightwing, Alex Ross because Alex Ross is a legend, Julian Totino Tedesco, Just Beyond Monstrosity from Boom Kaboom, Dune House of Atreides also from Boom Studios, and then The Walking Dead Deluxe from Image Skybound. Also, the last nominee, Yoshitani for I Am Not Starfire from DC Comics, and the Blue Flame from Vault Comics, and a bunch of stuff from Vault 2, Giga, Witchblood. Yeah, great, great, great cover artists all here. Next up, we have Best Writer Artist, Barry Windsor Smith for Monsters from Fantagraphics. I have not read this book, but it's on my cart sitting there ready for me to click purchase, and I think I'm going to do so this weekend. Barry Windsor Smith, legendary creator. So we also have Alison Bechdel, The Secret of Superhuman Strength, Junji Ito for Deserter, Junji Ito, Story Collection, Love Sickness, Daniel Warren Johnson, Superman Red and Blue, Beta Ray Bill, and then Will McPhail in a graphic novel. So, in a graphic novel, it's called in for Mariner Books. Really, really fun stuff. Great creators all around. Barry Windsor Smith has been working on this book forever. He is a legend and deserves this award. Yeah, and then we also have best writer, of course. If you guys know the channel, one of the channel's favorite writers, James Tinian the fourth. Amazing, amazing. I'm so happy for James. For we have things like the Department of Truth, his Batman run, Nice House on the Lake, which also has other awards, and so many more books. Wind, James Tinian is doing it all. Some of the other nominees: Ed Brubaker from Destroy All Monsters, Kelly Sue DeConnick for Wonder Woman Historia, Philip Mello, Ballad of Sophie from Top Shelf, and Ram V for books like Many Deaths of Layla Starr, Swamp Thing, Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, and Venom, etc. Yeah, wow, wow, very, very cool stuff. Next up, we have Best Webcomic. Something that I keep hearing about all this time, and I feel like I finally should read it. Lower Olympus. With this, it started as a webcomic. It is now being also printed. If you don't like reading stuff on the web, you can now go pick this up at your comic book store. Make sure to go check those out. I hear really good things. Other nominees: Batman Wayne Family Adventures by CRC Payne and Starbright, which I love. Isle of Elsie by Alec Longstreth. Navarella Like a Butterfly by Hun and Jimmy, with translation by Christiana Lee from Tapas. And Unmasked by Brie and Newt from Webtoons and Europe Comics. And the last category that we'll be covering here on this video, it is Best Digital Comic. Winner, Snow Angels by Jeff Lemire and Jacques, Comixology Originals. This book, I mean, first of all, you can go read it if you have a Comixology subscription. But yeah, it is great. Jacques is one of my favorite artists. You guys know that. Jeff Lemire, constantly putting out great hits. So I think it's going to be really fun. There's more than one volume to Snow Angel, so make sure to go check that out. Also, some of the other nominees: Days of Sand by Amy Thejong, with translation by Christopher Bradley. Everyone is Tulip by Dave Baker and Nicole Go. Yeah, you can read a preview of that at everyoneistulip.com. It's Jeff by Kelly Thompson and Guru. This is on the Marvel Infinite from the Unlimited service. And then Love After World World Domination 1, 2, and 3 by Hiroshi Noda and Takaro Wakasmatsu, with translation by Stephen LaCroix. So this is from Kodansha. And yeah, those are all the categories we're covering in this video. Like I said, I'll put a link down to the article where you can find all the categories. Incredible works. I love talking about comics, and I love seeing stuff like this because it reminds me that there are so many more things that I need to read. So many more things that you guys should be reading. So let us know if some of your favorites won down in the comments. Let us know what you think should have won. I love getting perspective from all kinds of people on what should have won best comic. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.